Hello, welcome to today's SITS Tools Demo Days. Very happy to welcome the ALVAO, the team ALVAO of Jiri and David. Today's session titled ALVAO in Action, Microsoft Native ITSM and ITAM. These two gentlemen will soon be explaining what they're up to. But I've got a couple of things to say first. My name's Aaron. I'm from SITS and MSP team. This session is being recorded, so it'll be on demand on our website in a couple of hours. So you can share that amongst your team and anyone else. And there's going to be questions which you can ask. Please use the Q&A box. The team will potentially answer through the talk, but normally it's easier to do it at the end. So just bear with us and the guys will get to your questions. But otherwise, thank you and enjoy. Over to Jiri and David.
Thank you. Thank you, Aaron.
No problem.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for today's webinar. And thanks to SITS, obviously, for hosting this session. My name is David, and I'll be guiding you throughout today's session. Alongside my colleague, Jiri, we've actually prepared a short demo of ALVAO ITSM and IT Asset Management, where we will show you how you can cut ticket chaos, deliver better service, and track assets better, all designed for Microsoft 365. But let's quickly go over who we actually are. We are a software vendor from Central Europe, from the Czech Republic. We've got 25 years of experience in ITSM and IT Asset Management. But for the first 20 or so years, our focus was mainly on the Czech and Slovak markets. But we've spent the past 5 years expanding into the global market. So what is the ALVAO tool? ALVAO is split into two main products. The first is Service Desk and the second one is Asset Management. They work independently, but they were specifically crafted and created to work integrated with each other. And obviously, I shouldn't forget that we've been highlighted at a Microsoft Ignite keynote presentation by the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella. And also, ALVAO is a fully Copilot ready software. Next up, we've got integrations. They are a big focus for us, especially around M365. We actually don't duplicate what Microsoft does well, so it's our strategy to have certified connectors whenever possible, such as Power BI template, Power Platform connector, etc. But beyond that, ALVAO is integrated to the wider ecosystem as well. So integrations to PRTG, Zabbix, Freshservice, Lansweeper, etc. are like normal for us. And if your preferred tool is not on the list yet, you can always connect it through our REST API. But we're continuously working towards adding more and more official integrations. We also have customers with ALVAO ITAM, the IT Asset Management part, integrated to their existing ticketing tool. So for example, they have Freshservice for Service Desk and our ALVAO ITAM for the Asset Management part, and it works smoothly. But now that we've covered integrations, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture of how we help organizations grow in ITSM maturity. We usually think of this as a journey, and it starts with the brilliant basics, as we call them. So that means making sure tickets are properly logged and routed, processes are ITIL aligned, and that you have IT asset management under control. And the next step is to automate and integrate. So things like no-touch request management, joiners, movers, leavers process, and process automations really start to reduce manual work for you. And this is also where integrations with M365 and other third-party tools play a big role. And finally, we move towards AI-powered ITSM. Obviously, that's the buzzword, where ALVAO actually, we leverage AI assistance, Copilot integration, and AI-based knowledge management to take efficiency and service quality even further. But speaking of brilliant basics, the issue is often how to get the actual tickets in the system. So wherever you are in your ITSM journey, ALVAO can support you in building up these capabilities like step by step. So that's all from me now, but I will pass the reins over to Yuri. He is the solution architect here at ALVAO.
Thank you, David. And before I jump into the actual demo, I really need to say that we enjoyed the Utrecht show last week. Had brilliant conversations, and will hopefully get something from them. So let's start with the demo itself. As I said, the first part will be actually on a video, because it's hard to simulate conversations live. But this is our certified ALVAO for Teams add-in, which is really highly used, and it helps with the adoption of our tool set, because our strategy is, as David said, don't duplicate what Microsoft does well, but even the adoption is great because the users are already within the Teams client, so they can use the system without actually leaving it. So it works the same as our portal, as we will see later on. The search works great. There is AI assistant in there searching in my assets as well, and I can put erase a specific action with that asset as well. So that's one of the integrations with our ITSM management and service that. And I can actually have a conversation with the chatbot, which extracts knowledge articles or knowledge and responses drafted or crafted from the knowledge articles, so it actually responds in a way that helps me. I can actually raise a ticket really easily, and there is a Teams notification, and then the same is for the agent who's responsible for that specific queue. So this is the agent view right now. James, that he receives the notification, can see what the ticket is about, and actually within the tool I can immediately start a chat with Veronica and to put that context right there, see whether she's online or offline and so on, so it can decide whether the conversation will be how it will be handled. You can actually update the ticket really easily with just right clicking on that button. And then what really resonates a lot with customers, so that's the reason I pause it here. There is always this, like, by the way, when you are in a chat with your favorite IT person. So you, as a IT agent or IT team member, there is always this difference, or the two poles between, like, no ticket, no service, and on the other end of that spectrum there is, like, I will help you with whatever you need, but no tickets are locked. So in this way you can be somewhere in the middle and create tickets directly from those messages. So it's about the culture. You can use it as you wish. You can choose the right queue. Maybe it's not even your responsibility, and you can actually self-assign it to yourself or immediately resolve it. So this way it's in the reports, it's gonna be there, but the user is happy. So that's what we do. So it's IT, people for people. And actually there's the notification for that newly created ticket. And then I can actually use the queues or use that Teams interface for seeing my queues as an agent as well. And that's really practical as well. So the message here is that I can operate via our service desk or ALVAO tool without actually leaving Teams client. So for the other, this is not the only channel that you can create tickets in via Teams. There is, like, multiple ways, as you might guess. So self-service portal, we will just jump into that. Definitely Teams, email, chatbot. We have mobile apps for Android and iOS as well. You can call the dispatcher or operator or L1 as well. And on the right side, we can see that a lot of automated tickets could be created. So we have integration to Zabbix, PRTG, certified Power Automate connector, REST API, if, like, direct integrations are needed. So all these are possible, or potentially tickets can be created also automatically on a periodic basis. So this is really practical when you have, like, different, like, reminders, like, do this once a year, once a week. So for audit reasons, this is really practical as well. So let's show you example of how to create ticket using our portal. Just to set the stage, this is the situation we will be dealing with. So imagine weekend, parking lot near a shopping mall or something like that. No one is working, but the security incident just happened, and it needs to be handled really promptly. So what I can actually do here, we'll just copy this. We'll see that later on. So we'll log in as Veronica. So this is our homepage or self-service portal, and I would actually do it on her mobile phone because this is a responsive design. So we show our employees the list of assets they are responsible for. So she can easily just open the detail of that laptop that was stolen. We show them limited list of attributes. This is the default set, but it can be configurable as a lot of or most of the things in ALVAO, and the relevant action that should be taken. So I can ask for advice in some situations. This is the red color coding, report lost or stolen device. So when I do this, new ticket will be created. So this is just example of an input form, potentially drop down the configuration item or asset management asset is already linked here. I will put the screenshot in here or the photo and submit the ticket. You might see also on the right side, there was the knowledge article relevant to this. So the ticket was created, there is a thank you notification, and then this is everything we needed from Veronica at that stage. So just to open that detail, she can update the ticket. This is the original creation message, and the status of the ticket is automatic remote wipe and reset. And just to set some expectations from SLA or service level targets, there is a first response. So I will now switch for James, who's going to be our model IT agent. Just refresh this page of that not assigned unassigned queue, and I will dive into those later on. But this, you can see that there is a new ticket at the top, and it's bold because that's something I'm responsible for based on my permissions in the system. So everyone sees a different set of queues, tickets, and gets different notifications either to Teams, email, or whatever channel they prefer. So you can immediately see that the ticket detail is a little bit more detailed here. So not only the original message, but also it was automatically assigned to Intune automation. Then there is a note that Power Automate successfully locked the device in Intune. And then the device was assigned to a solver group, a security incident response team for some manual tasks. I can actually see this in this workflow, showing me the path of the workflow. So it's, even though it's a new ticket, it's already waiting for in the second stage. I will show you the actual workflow in a Power Automate. So this is when I just refresh this page, you'll see that successful run was performed here 1 minute ago. So this is based on our certified Power Automate connector to actually show you that how that flow is built. I need to wait for Power Automate in this moment just to show you the sequence of actions. So actually there was this flow was triggered by the ticket. Then updated the ticket and changed the ticket state to the second one. So in this particular case, there is no Intune in this workflow, but we have customers running this. It's just like one REST API call. And from our experience, they often asked us whether this could be moved to some after approval authorization stage. So it's doesn't happen immediately when the ticket is created, and it's the answer is yes. You can. This is all just parameters. You can set it up as you wish. So when I go further within this particular ticket, there is specific task I can do with the ticket, and then the link to the asset management part, to detail of that device is in here on the objects page. object tab, so I can easily open the detail. And now from an agent perspective, I can see a lot of more attributes, bigger detail. So not only there is like maybe even like financial attributes like warranty expirations, we can sync from Dell portal, for example, purchase dates, TeamViewer ID, for example, and then also like read-only attribute that are a result of a detection from like Intune or agent or different use cases or different data sources, and some inherited properties. We will see later on how this works. On the top of that asset detail, there will always be different set of actions based on what this is and maybe what stage this is in. So I can easily connect via TeamViewer or any remote management tool just by opening that connecting window. I can open the detail of the MS Intune. I can do the same for like Azure resources or Entra ID users, for example. I can generate a QR code for labeling it and in the middle or at the very beginning of that life cycle. So just some of the actions, because this is detected either by our agent or synced from Intune. We also sync what software is installed on the machine and comparing it to our software library. We know whether it's freeware or commercial, and based on that, show you whether license is needed. So there is like big software asset management part. Some customers are using it just for that, actually. So you can see like what licenses you are missing, and even what licenses are there, but the product is no longer used. So, but there could be also automation to release the license automatically. To show you that like other perspective or the same relationship between the tickets and the assets from the other side, from the detail of the asset or configuration item. It depends on that context. Basically, you can see that the ticket is here, and I can there could be different filters for showing me different types of tickets. And I can actually do the same to erase the ticket directly from here. Maybe not that practical for end user device, but this could be done even for servers and applications and more like configuration management scenarios. So you can use this mapping between asset type and ticket type and add it here. You can always see all attachments with that ticket, so different like transfer forms, maybe when you are discarding the assets physically it needs to be documented, and that user and that audit trail is here as well, definitely. So one of many differences compared to Excel is that we track everything that has been done to this assets. So you can see like all moves in the system, all attribute changes. So this is all tracked automatically, like who did it, what was the action, and when was it. So this is all also available in the reporting.
Thanks, Yuri, for showing that sample and user incident. We also saw a little bit of a sneak peek into the actual asset management part of ALVAO, but we'll get to it more later. What we actually see nowadays is that automation is becoming more and more important in ITSM. And on top of ALVAO out-of-the-box workflows, many of our customers are using Microsoft Power Platform, Microsoft Power Automate, sorry, a Gartner Magic Quadrant leader to handle their workflows. But at the same time, ALVAO is aligned with best practices. We currently have 7 processes certified for Pink Verify, so you can be confident our approach follows ITSM best practices. Yeri, could you actually show us and the audience how it works in practice?
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy to. We already show you that like end user incidents. So ideally, for more of the like infrastructure incidents, you would like to know about those before they actually occur. So that's the Zabbix integration as an example, or PRTG or something like that. and not wait for the end users to report that some system is down. So this is an example of our Zabbix integration, but we have the same for different monitoring tools, that you receive that incident automatically. And we are also automatically linked to that configuration item, which will be synced from Zabbix endpoints. So the relationship will be there without actually needing to do that manually. And then within the ticket itself, what is really practical is our AI assistant, which will summarize the whole history of the ticket, to summarize that context of that incident in this context, and that shows you the summary. This is extremely helpful not only for these like automated tickets, but when you are, let's say you are handed over like a kilometer-long ticket, when you are already like the third person to do it, so you need to spend like minutes to actually know what is the current assignment for you. So this does the thing. What it needs does is, as well, is to tell me what the correct category of the ticket could be, so that applies to all like user created tickets, so we can actually automatically categorize it if needed, because that's what drives the workflows, and it's all. Major incident score based on similarity to different tickets in the past, or different events that happened, and also that configuration item that's attached to this incident. We calculate the major incident score, so you can even like create a problem, or inform the stakeholders that this is really something that needs to be acted on. And as we've seen, there could be like automation run based on a specific status of the ticket, so that's also possible. This shows me the similar tickets and possible solution based on those, even like some AI generated summary. This is extremely helpful also for your new colleagues that will just join, receive a ticket. And not only there is that like workflow, which could be sometimes quite general, sometimes really specific, but also to really show them to do the things that they would normally do, and even yourself to do manual like searching for different synonyms and so on. So the actual incident workflow in a like administration perspective is this one. So you can see different transitions are possible, and there could be even like mandatory fields, as you can imagine. So this is actually the out of the box workflows that are there within the systems, and they were certified to ping verify. So this was example of incident management. As you can see, I can automatically or create a problem. So again, different list of options on here. When I show you the problem management, like a different queue to show me only problem records. There is a like different workflow. This currently waiting for the assessment. And I actually show you the actual workflow from the administration perspective. So this is the like happy path workflow that should be ideally followed. And for example, when you go to known error stage, the tool will prompt you to fill out like root cause or workaround, something like that. So it really fulfills the known error stage attribute set, let's say. What is really practical, and we will see that later on as well, is the links page, which shows me the relationships to different tickets in this way. So this particular problem, integration issues with Dynamics, it follows after 3 individual incidents, which could be sourced from different requesters or Zabbix user reported and so on. And there was a linked change already created from this one, which you can again do automatically, or there's a button for that to actually create that change, take over some of the attributes to help me with that like category and attributes for that. I might even open this normal change from here as example. So we'll see that there is a create summary button. I can potentially schedule a meeting for change advisory board if needed. and there will always be this link to the actual configuration item at stake. So maybe when I go back to the changes or to the queues, one particular maybe I'll show you also the dashboard view, which I forgot originally. So you can also use this like graphical dashboard to show me like how we are doing based on like different deadlines. I can use it either from a solver perspective, like myself individually, I'm responsible for specific queues and ticket types, and even from my like manager perspective, so I'm responsible for my team. So this number is bigger because my colleagues are also not doing the great job as we do it in this demo environment. I can actually use this in the table view as well, which some our customers actually prefer, because you can set up different or any columns and do different filters. So for example, when I want to see like all changes that are waiting for the authorization, this is just this the same change ticket we already seen before, and it's waiting in the authorization stage. So I got notification through Teams and email based on the approval scheme being used, and there is an approve reject form, and I can actually approve or reject it right here. And what does it actually do? We can see from the workflow in the administration. So the assessment, the stage when you are gathering data to be really more precise than the original requester was. So gathering the benefits, risks, costs, and so on. Then you start the authorization. When it's approved, that's the happy path. You can always schedule the change and implement it and be happy at the end to review it. If it's rejected, it goes back to assessment. So maybe based on that message from the authorization body, change manager or CAP, I can make it a little bit better, or close the ticket. Like this is not we will not do that. So yeah, so this is the ITIL part, or ITSM best practices in a box. You can see there is a lot more happening, so I can actually follow up. But let's focus on that different part of the demo to show you like also non-IT stuff.
Yep, thanks for that overview, Yuri. What we actually often highlight next is that ALVAO isn't limited to just IT workflows. You can also use it for non-IT processes like HR, facilities, fleet management, and others. And another question we get a lot is about our licensing model. Here on the screen, you can see how our licensing model works compared to the traditional per agent model. But with most tools, every time you want to add a new workflow, whether it's HR, facilities, finance, or back office, you need to buy more agent licenses. So the cost actually keeps climbing and climbing. But with ALVAO, it's a bit different. Our licensing for ITSM is either based on the number of users or per agent, whatever is more convenient for the end customer. So with the per user licensing, we license the whole company, and when HR or other departments come knocking that all they want to use ALVAO as well, your costs remains the same. So it will actually become a true single point of contact, not only for IT, but for the whole company. And as a typical example, when other teams join, we often start the non-IT workflows with the joiners, movers, leavers workflows. So that's exactly what we're gonna have a look at now.
Yeah, exactly. So on the left side, you can see that not only IT is here and the typical next team that joins, potentially even for like the tasks that are actually done by IT, but then it's getting like the deployment is getting wider, is the HR. So I can play the role of James, who will be the hiring manager, or just will be new colleague to his team will be onboarded. So there's a specific form waiting for me Again, this is the default. We will change it every time with the customer, or the customer can change it themselves if they want. So we try to standardize as much as possible, and also good to note here that some our customers don't even see this form like ever. They can this form or ticket can be created automatically from a like HR system that already is in use. So if someone already put this in for there is no need to fill it out in a different systems. So you can just immediately do that, what the integration could potentially do as well. So let's say there's gonna be a new IT analyst. You may have noticed that the IT analyst, when I chose this IT analyst, the predefined standard set of hardware is also pre-selected. So no one needs to know what is needed, but at the same time, you can do the changes. So this is all again configurable, but we will show you what the new user will get. When I sell a fixed term, I need to say how many months. The first working day of the next month is already pre-selected. Maybe I can say company car or something else, and then there are like different sections that are not displayed by default for like other training, specific different requirements, and so on. So when I confirm this ticket, the magic happens. So it will create that like one my main ticket for be that umbrella for those for all those child tickets, as you can see it in here. So when I select this one, the summary is here already to see like what is really needed. And then on the links, as we've seen before in the ITIL scenario, there are different tickets. Some of them, all of them already waiting in their queue. So following their workflow. So trainings, for example, automatically handed over or assigned to the David, whom I selected as the manager of that newcomer. Access card, laptop for a new employee, mobile phone, and so on. So some tickets are created every time. Some only react on a specific field on that form. But from our experience, we always are able to make it easier than it was before in the previous system, or sometimes there are just documents floating in the company. I would like to focus on this Enter ID account for a new employee, which will be automated as well, actually, because not only we have a certified Power Automate connector with like triggers and actions, which you can even use for creating your own automated workflows, even outside ALVAO, to communicate with different systems and so on. But we also have like on top of those certified templates. So for example, create a new account automatically, including all those attributes. So I can actually show you how that flow looks like. So yeah, so basically reacts on that ticket, generate password, create the user in Entra, and then also assigning the manager, and then moving the ticket, in this case, to auto-resolve it, which can in turn open a different set of tickets that are waiting for that Enter ID ticket to Enter ID user to exist. What we've seen as well sometimes, and basically you can do the same and should do the same for the offboarding as well. So you can just assign or assure that the compliance is there and everything is secure. No one is still enabled, as we will discuss later on. But I've seen some customers, and this is really practical, so you don't need to, as part of the standardization on an automation journey, you need to, you may select like either like the colleague based on which the memberships in groups will be inherited, or you can create some like persona specific user. You will select it in the form, and then this flow will actually use the same memberships and really create a perfect user in Entra. No one needs to touch. So back to you, David.
Thank you again, Iri, for showing us the joiners, movers, leavers process and Power Automate. But as I mentioned earlier, both service desk and asset management can be used separately. So our customers usually start with the IT asset management piece, but as time goes on, they usually opt to use the service desk part as well, because it just makes sense to have both parts on a single platform. And we've actually showed a bit of IT asset management earlier, so now we can fully dive into the asset management part.
Yeah, exactly. The true ITAM platform should be really the true single point of truth to cover the whole IT asset or even non-IT asset lifecycle from the very beginning, even before it actually the device in this case has actually arrived to your organization, and then also after it's no longer active, you need to dispose it securely with the audit trail, documentation, and so on. And then during this journey, different processes and controls are in place. Everything should be easily automated, so we are a proponent of a like a no touch, low touch ITAM. So trustworthy. You can really rely on the data, but at the same time, you don't need to manually do a lot of things there. So different data sources will be used, and that whole structure I will show you will be put together automatically. So there are multiple data sources. Definitely, this is not the full list, but as it goes with customers, we identify everything that the customer has as data sources, then combine it together and show you your full asset management in the initial setup, and then follow up with different automations and structure. The generate QR code button that's I already mentioned, so it makes sense to generate first based on a numeric sequence like inventory number or asset ID or something that you can easily label the devices with, and then there are different scenarios when the label is there. So first of all, you can always scan the code, and it opens the full asset management device detail on even in your mobile phone or app. Or you can perform inventory audit like once a year or something like that to actually confirm and control whether everything is really in reality as it is in your asset management. And the first stage, what we normally do with customers, even like within ALVAO trials, is to connect to your Entra, where you select the scope of your users being provisioned into ALVAO, connect to your Intune for hardware and software data, mobile devices, tablets, laptops, and so on, including that info, like who's the primary user of the device. And using this, we will build a structure for you. The users will be driven or structures based on a department location as you wish, and this can be easily changed in the future. So that's normally the very initial stage of our implementation, and then different data sources join in to fill out different details of the device. So let me just open the portal and we'll go to the objects asset management part just to show you that how that structure looks like. So at the very beginning of that life cycle, or sometimes even in the middle, like when it's let's say waiting for repair, there is the hardware store, whether it's like physical space or just virtual container, or could be even like multiple locations and so on. When you have a lot of different setups ready for those users that will come in, for example. Then there is the actual, like what we call it, like the active part of that asset management tree, where you see that the structure like department, maybe room, and then at the very end, James Smith with multiple assets that he is assigned to. So every user can actually show it from James's page. Every user sees what they have, and also there is the different setup, like different kind of responsibility, that it's not my end user device, but I'm still responsible for that, for like shared devices, projectors in meeting rooms, all this stuff that's not directly assigned to an end user. So yeah, so this is the middle part. I can definitely even search for that to show you that Veronica's laptop we've seen before. So this is it, as we already seen this detail. And at the very end of that structure, there is a retired assets container where you can again structure like what was that like closure category, let's say, of that device, how it was physically disposed, maybe it was given to charity and so on. So we don't ever delete those assets. They should still be there so that the whole history is there in their audit trails. So yeah, you can always also track like non-physical or non-tangible assets, for example, as customers often do, like for example contracts. So there is the all, let's say, like notification mechanism, like prompting you that this warranty will end, or maybe the validity of a contract is there, and that's all together with the CMDB aspect of that, like what this contract is used for, underpins specific service delivery. So that's the idle part a bit as well. So all these changes in the asset tree will happen automatically. Maybe just to show you a little bit of our tweak, I can just move a specific laptop kit to the Veronica. Maybe she gets a new one, and then this will be automatically moved under Veronica, and then I can create a handover form which will just state what she got as a new. So this is gonna be James Smith. So that's me, and received by Veronica Palmer. So that's the real transaction. So I can sign it with my finger on a laptop or with my mouse or on mobile device, and it's gonna be stored into the audit trail of that device and also the user itself. So the handover protocol is here. So yeah, so that's the low touch, no touch audit trail, which I showed you a little bit with the manual work, but normally this would be done automatically with a notification and so on. So back to you, David.
Thanks, Yuri. Thank you very much. Now that we've actually seen IT asset management in action, we can have a closer look at reporting and how it helps to make sense of all that data. It actually makes it easy to spot what's actually important, and it's also a key aspect in making better business decisions. So, Yuri, could you walk us through the reporting part?
Yeah, definitely. Like as Power Automate or Power Platform is the like leader in that magic quadrant for automation. Power BI is leader in business intelligence. So that's our strategic decision to use this for the BI platform. So we have a ready-made published template in Power BI store. Well, it's free, but you need ALVAO for it. So you can actually download it to see like how that looks like with the demo data. And then there is already the data model predefined there with a lot of visuals, which you can either use as it is. We are still improving it based on the experience from our customers and feedback, but you can always create your own visuals with everything that's in the data model. So that information capability of that model is really great. So just to show you a few examples, maybe we'll go from the like really umbrella view, so or helicopter view, a service desk overview, like the typical number of tickets, compliance to SLAs, maybe some trends break down into like solver teams and so on. Or like the hard metric, definitely showing that SLA report individually. So how successful we are in meeting those service level targets, which are always predefined based on the category in the system. So like automatically when you create that ticket or incident or is created in a different category, it will automatically have a lower or a higher SLA. And then from that like softer side of service delivery, there is a satisfaction feedback So you can track your response rate, satisfaction, and also when you can notice on the bottom right corner, we also show you or evaluate the help you spot the watermelon effect actually. So you can see that from the green column represents tickets that have met their SLA target, but still only 91% of people were happy with the ticket. So there is still time to some spot or space to room to improve because it's not everything, that speed is not everything. So you can track also different aspects like how many times it was reassigned, recategorized, dive deeper into the text, the descriptions, and so on. So this is really valuable. Then a bunch of different reports for IT asset management, contracts, spotting like assets that should be replaced because they are nearing the end of life. We evaluate also the faultiest assets based on number of incidents that are connected to that specific either real like one single item or the whole model. So we actually, our customers, including ourselves internally, we've changed the company standard based on this data. Then we also detect whether BitLocker is enabled or disabled, so we can show you this and report on it, and also help you in like Windows 11 campaign, like how many computers with older you still have in your operation. Then there are like a little bit more specific scenarios, such as like when you join all different data from different data sources, Intune, Agent, Entra ID, maybe others. So you get to a stage when you think you already see the reality in your asset management, and now this is actually the starting point to improve on it. So, for example, a customer wanted to define that we need to standardize. So we want to have like persona 1 with only mobile phone, persona 2 maybe with mobile and laptop, and so on. But based on the data, we've seen that, a lot of people actually have more than one laptop, or there are different sets of these assets than should be like legal or wanted. So we can actually help you diagnose this and help you on the journey to reach this like 100% in that visual. And this is the last piece I'm going to show you, a little bit special on top of the software asset management side of our solution. We automatically sync your Microsoft 365 licenses every night. And based on that data and based on our data, whether that software is used or not, we are able to show you how much you can actually save on your Microsoft licensing. So that was a great success story for us and a customer that we helped identify like 7,000 British pounds a year just by initially refreshing this report. And that was the offboarding process. That was the root cause, that the offboarding process wasn't really great. So they not only they didn't remove the licenses from offboarded users, but they didn't even disable these users. So that was a huge potential to save money and also save you some nerves from security and compliance. So this is a good thing in itself. Sometimes it pays off for the substantial part of asset management solution in itself.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Yuri. We're almost at the end of the session, so thanks a lot, Yuri, for showcasing the ALVAO service desk and asset management, and thanks to everyone who actually joined the session today. You can scan the QR code on the screen and jump into ALVAO straight away, but I think there are some questions that we should answer first, so let me check the Q&A section. What we've got here. I can see the first question, how do you license asset management? Okay, I can answer that. Well, we license per number of computers. So each license covers one computer and up to 50 additional items. And these can include IT devices, so like printers, routers, switches, servers, and also non-IT assets. So you can track furniture, cars, keys, machines, anything you want pretty much. For example, 50 licenses allow you to track 50 computers plus 2,500 additional items.
Mhm.
So that's the first question. Next up is, so the Zabbix incident would be the same as a major incident. Yuri, could you answer that one?
Yeah, it's true. Definitely, this is something that affects multiple users if they system is used widely. So that's a major incident score that was there computed automatically. So definitely, we can even like inform the stakeholders automatically. Maybe not shown this in the demo, but yeah, it's a definitely example of major incident, as we can also diagnose or set up automatically based on that info from Zabbix.
Okay, thanks. Next up, we've got, do you have any other reports that focus on specific areas? For example, tracking assets, warranties?
Yeah, definitely. Like sometimes we are in a situation when the customer, as I said, like we connect with everything that customer has, but sometimes they have actually nothing they trust. So we just connect to their Intune, or we help them distribute the agent just to get some initial data in, and they in that like end of life or replacement scenario, they don't even know how the assets are old. So that the vendor integration really helps, so we can sync automatically the warranties and then report on it, notify to show you like what will be expired in the next year, for example, so you can plan your budget. So yeah, there is a lot of different reports, and even like how to get the data in, so it's convenient for you.
Okay, thank you. And the last one is, you presented the Power Automate flow to create a new joiner in Entra ID. Can you automate password resets and other use cases?
Yeah, definitely we can, and we do. So anything that can be called via REST API, or in an ideal way, it has their own Power Automate connector, as a lot of different tool sets have. So different scenario would be like integrating it with Dynamics, password resets if this is a different system, not using Entra, or even it is. Everything can be done. So there's actually like no limit to it. You also need to discuss the scenario, the use case, and then there's always a way how to do it. Either us or the customers, because it's a really quite convenient and user friendly.
Okay, thanks. That actually wasn't the last one. There's one more. We have several Entra ID tenants. Would you support single sign-on for all our stuff?
Yeah, we can support customers like this, so everyone would be single signed on and can use any Microsoft features we have in ALVAO. So for example, syncing your user portraits, showing you live team status, showing you knowledge articles from SharePoint, for example, and different other tweaks we have there.
Okay, thank you. It seems like this was the last question, actually. So we hope to see you again at other events, be it online or offline. And if you decide to go with ALVAO, we are looking forward to working together. So have a great rest of your day. And yeah, that's all from us. Bye, and back to you, Aaron.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Amazing. Jiri and David, thank you so much. Great session, very informative. And also thank you for the praise about Utrecht. That was great to have you there, and it really was a magic show. So we're looking forward to next year already. Just final notes, as I said, this is recorded, so it's available on demand from our website in a couple of hours. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next year, probably, hopefully.